Hi, everybody. I am Yolanda, co-founder of Harper Therapy. And
Hi.
Elaine is leading us in a really wonderful conversation about how the holidays affect our mind, body, and spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And today we're talking about spirit. And Elaine and I were just having a conversation
We were.
about how complex and complicated this conversation is. And it's also one that we know here is, it's the thing that we don't talk about. Like, this is the place that we talk about the things that we don't talk about
Mm-hmm.
that are impacting our lives, right?
Yeah.
And so I think a little bit of clarity as we're getting into this conversation, when we say spirit, we are not necessarily talking about organized religion.
Correct.
Because it's all very complicated.
Yeah.
And sometimes organized religion can complicate our experience of our own spirituality and our own faith. Not always. Sometimes
Right.
organized religion can really supplement and be beneficial to
Absolutely.
and all of those things. And if you're that person that organized religion is that, then that's beautiful and fantastic.
Yes.
And if you're the person that organized religion has made complicated some of these other things, you are in the right place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome. Same.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Same. Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
Right. Spirituality can be beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's that centering of our soul of
Yeah.
what is the thing that makes us internally feel connected
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fulfilled.
It's our connection to
Yeah.
ourselves and our connection to the thing that is bigger than us. And some people, some of us call that God.
Yeah.
Some people call that the universe. Some people call that fishing. Like whatever it is, whatever it is that you call that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's what it is for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And the holidays are really about connection. Ultimately,
it is. It
right?
really is about that connection.
Yeah.
And what are the things that help you feel connected during the holidays?
Connected to yourself, connected to the people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for some of us, as we were talking as well, that connection can also be the connection to maybe family members or maybe those family members that have passed and there's an aching that's inside that's going on.
Yeah, especially if this is the first holiday since a family member has passed. That's pretty significant and can be really difficult to move through.
And you could feel like there's a disconnect inside during this time. And a longing and an aching. Or you might be feeling those things and you're not quite sure where it's coming from.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because my experience of grief is just kind of like this foggy haziness. I'm like, I don't know what is going on here. And over time, I'm like, that's grief. That's grief for me. Yeah.
But it's interesting how it'll show up and like you can see it, and there's other times where like
I don't know. I can't put a finger on it.
Right.
Yeah.
But that connects to your spirit, right? Because that's that connection piece.
Yeah.
And the holidays can bring all of that up for some of us.
And complicated relationships with family members and friends and like the people that you're supposed to want to be around that maybe you don't want to be around.
Right.
Or it's it's complicated, it's messy.
And that's where kind of figuring out like what's going to work for you during this time. Are there certain things that you've established, or do you need to establish some things because you don't know what to do?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be going for a walk. I know I've mentioned that multiple times. But some of that is just being in nature.
Well,
right?
it's moving your body. It's being in nature. It's
being, like taking in your five senses. Like, what can you smell? What can you see? Bringing you to the present. Right now. What is important right now?
Yeah.
And you're feeling that hazy feeling.
Yeah. I also think that the holidays are such a time of ritual, or can be a time of ritual that is connected to a spiritual practice or a faith practice or spirituality. So even investigating some of those rituals, like what are some of the ones that truly have meaning? What are some of the ones that you just kind of carry forward because that's
right? That's just
what's
like a
always
tradition.
been done, right? But they don't necessarily hold value and meaning, or maybe there's some negative association with those.
For you.
And like, how do you want to what do you want to carry forward? What is meaningful for you?
How do you want to take that? And kind of that weeding out, if that's what's needed.
Because some of those things are part of the heaviness that can be part of the holiday season, like the thought that like this is the way that we've always done it, you know.
Yep, all the steps.
Look,
sometimes we don't have to hit all the steps.
I'm just full disclosure. several years ago, we stopped making ham at Christmas, even though that was like our family's tradition is to make ham. And then we looked around, we're like, nobody actually likes the ham. Why are we doing this?
Right, why are we doing it? Right. And that's the important part.
But that's, I mean, that's a kind of a silly example, but it was pretty meaningful
right.
because our extended family members were like, "You're not having ham," and we're like, "We actually like steaks better, so we're just throwing steaks on the grill."
Absolutely. And how beautiful is that
right.
your family can
right.
enjoy
yeah.
what they like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And you didn't have to keep the pressure of, well, it's always been done.
And then having the ham sit in my refrigerator.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with ham, just not my favorite. Right. yeah, so definitely like touching base with your spirit, your heart, your soul, like the thing that is deep the depth within you. Yeah, that we often, that is like in the hustle and bustle of just daily life, much less the holidays, is really easy to overlook. Yeah.
And if you're noticing that it's feeling just so imbalanced and you just don't know what to do, that's why we're here.
Therapy's good for that. Yeah. Yes. Give us a call. Yeah. We can help you explore those kind of interior places. So 813-434-3639. You can schedule a free consult to talk with one of our team members here about how we might be able to help you through this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.